Hi, so randomly one day I decided, hey, what if I made a list of things I could catify but probably shouldn't, and I put pressure monsters on there. So I'm catifying pressure monsters, only for this time. If you want to see more, let me know. I spun a wheel for 2 of them, and then my sister told me to do 2 others, so here they are. They're just fish fucking things as cats. Alright, what's number 1? Please, do something relatively easy. Okay, we got imaginary friend. Hi, if you don't want a voiceover, well, sucks to be you. Anyway, so I first rolled imaginary friend, which there is not a lot to go after, or just base anything on. But I did start with making their head more rounded, with like the cheek fur and everything. I tried so hard to make this mouth look good, and I still hate it so much. I hate drawing up mouths like this. It's bad. I still don't like it. I don't even know how I'll fucking change it. It's just bad. But I've tried to make them like as skinny as possible, to make the silhouette as close to them as possible. I did eventually change the tail to kind of look like whatever the fuck is going on at their feet. So we have that going. Of course, I have like this weird collar thing over there. Like, I don't know if it's like their shoulders or their neck or what. You kind of see me just in the tail there. I did eventually A, fix the mouth because I just didn't like how the teeth were. And B, I did round out the ears to kind of make the silhouette as close to what's in-game as possible. I don't even know what to call that fucking color, or the shape, or whatever, but I did try and color pick their colors as best I could. I changed the ear fur to kind of like, again, give it that more rounded shape, because the head is just a fucking oval. I did eventually go in, and I'm like, well, there's a gradient at their feet, so like, why don't I kind of have like stripes that kind of give that effect? So I kind of did like a little, like, I don't know if this would be like kind of like hatching stripes or like cross hatching stripes. I think it'd just be hatching stripes to kind of make look it more darker, and to kind of like give a gradient, because I hate putting gradients in my design. They are just like A, impossible to like animate, B, a bitch to draw. So I did eventually put some on the tail, and just, yeah, they're just a really simple design. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? So this is what I got. Again, I ran out the ears, and yeah, I don't to say I like it. I think it's neat. It's imaginary friend, I guess. So I was going to spin the wheel again, but I shared the picture of imaginary friend with my sister Lainey, who's just as big of a pressure fan as I am, and she's like, hey, you should do Infestation or Pandemonium, and I flipped a coin, and I did Infestation. So, like I said, Infestation was next, and I go into this, and I'm like, how in the fuck are we gonna do this fish? And I also forgot that they had, like, an anchor sort of thing on their back, and I'm like, I don't even know. So I just started, like, giving general Infestation things to it, like the fins, the eyes, and all this sort of thing. I haven't actually had a good look of Infestation, obviously, until now. So yeah, I kind of trying to make the silhouette as close to that as possible. I feel like their fur would be like similar to like otter fur or something like that, where it's like fur that's like good for swimming, or like they might have some like scales or something. Who fucking knows? The eyes were actually kind of fun to draw. I liked putting various sized eyes everywhere. It was kind of tricky to put some of them some places, but they were fun to draw, I will say that. But yeah, I don't know. This is probably the weirdest Catify design I've ever done, and I did just end up straight up tracing, or at least copying the best I could, the shape of the anchor or whatever in their fin, and I think it looks good. I do eventually go, and I did try and color pick their color right off of that, and I'm like, well, it's too blue. They're really green. I was gonna also like make the variants of them, but like you can just hue shift. It's fine. I also didn't realize that like those were like just eyes in the body. I should have known, because like I've literally scanned all these monsters' wiki pages like all the time. I did lengthen their nose and muzzle because why not? And I added some lighter greens to kind of like give some visual interest to the actual character itself, because like all that dark green is kind of boring. I just need something else to kind of make it look interesting. I needed something. This was actually really fun to do, really fun to draw, and I like it. So I had spun the wheel off recording or whatever, and I just like forgot to record it because it was like a couple days after, and like it landed on Painter. I had like a general idea of what I wanted for Painter. Like I wanted him to be like those TV head sort of things. I tried doing this for the inner screen. It just didn't look good. So like I found a way. It looks better now. Don't worry. But I made him look cute. He looks cute, not gonna lie. I really been enjoying Painter a lot more recently. I don't know why. And this is my first time doing like an object head sort of thing. Again, all these designs are like fundamentally really simple, but turning them into cats is weird, because how the fuck am I supposed to turn a computer into a cat? Of course, I did have to give him a permanent :3 ass face. Like, he's a computer. He's got a sketchy face. Why not just go full length? I did kind of give him a wire kind of tail, and the reason it's gonna be green later is because it's based on like the green like I think it's the Urban Shade symbol or whatever next to him, and like, and plus it provides some color to the very monochrome design. I did give him like little whiskers, because like, you know, like if you're gonna do a face like that, you might as well go all out. For color, I'm like, well, I gotta do white, why not? And then I eventually, I lightened it up. Eventually I just made him like a very, very light gray with like white underbelly and everything. I tried out like a red at first for the tail, and it just didn't look good. And I added stripes to him to kind of make it look like it was like wire banding, or like the TV, like the stripes you'll see like on TV or computer screen. I forget what those are called. And I think it's really cute. Like you look at him and it reads cat. Most of the designs for like a humanized Painter were like robots, and I didn't want to draw a robot, I'm gonna be real. I added banding to the tail to make it kind of look like a wire. I think it's just really cute. I need to do banding like that more. It's really fun. And yeah, he's just a little goofy guy. It's probably my own fault I died to him. Let's be real, I'm a fucking idiot. I did make a note of like there's like fake fur, and there's wires on his face, and his face is stuck in a permanent :3, and I didn't at first like the color for like the main part of his monitor until I added the stripes, and I'm like, well, that looks a lot better. So there's him. So I didn't have to spin a wheel to like know I was gonna be doing Sebastian. Like, if I'm making a pressure video, I might as well. I struggled with his tail, and I did for the base. I use a base for all my designs. I recently updated it after Art Fight, and I have different layers for like all of the different like feet and stuff like that, so I just combined some of them together. I've been drawing fins a lot more because I have a pressure character named Serena. She hasn't been on the channel yet. She will be. Or has. I don't know when this is being uploaded, but I tried to keep this as close to his canon design as possible because it's Sebastian and I don't want people to come after me. I did forget that he had like an angler thing on his face, which like I don't know why I forgot that it existed, and thank God for the pressure wiki, because it was really helpful for getting some of those colors that like were hard on like the official render, or like to see certain details and everything. His hair was kind of hard to draw. It's kind of very messy, which I really enjoy, but it's like, how am I gonna like differentiate it from like, see like, oh yeah, the hair comes from here, but the fins coming from a different place. Eventually I figured it out, and I like it. I didn't realize how complex his like clothes and everything were. until afterwards, and I just, yeah, why does he wear so much shit? I didn't put the scrambler on his back because I couldn't get a good reference for that, and plus how you're gonna be drawing him, you probably aren't gonna see the scrambler, so I did have a hardest time drawing the fucking thing on his neck. I don't like it. I did add the ring because I think the ring is cute. I liked how they added the ring. It was cute, and the belts on his tail were a pain in my ass because I tried to make them as close to canon as possible for all of these designs. I think at the beginning I thought I put the bandage or whatever in the ring on the wrong arm, but like how his arm should move on that side, I think it's fine. I'm mostly just getting rid of a bunch of the lines that like don't really matter here, you don't really see, and everything like that. I try to put the clothes and the hair and everything on a different layer just so it's easier to adjust and everything. And I kept all the colors basically as close to canon as possible. I really do like his design. I think it's I just really enjoy it. And plus Sebastian is just a really cool character. Y'all can fight about him in the comments, I guess. I don't know. He's chill. I get angry after a run and start craving sushi. So, yeah. And I don't even like fish. But I did add some like lighter blues to kind of just have like a visual interest with his fur, scales, whatever, as well as like some darker parts. Because like, I don't know. Might as well. But yeah, here I am adding some notes and everything. I like this design. I really like it. He's a complex character, design-wise and everything. It's just, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just Sebastian. So here are my pressure monsters as cats. Expect more soon. Also expect Doors characters as cats. I have general ideas for guiding and Curious Light, as well as the potential like modifiers person or whatever, because that's implied through one of the paintings, I think. And I also just really like these designs. I don't know. I think I really pushed myself here, and I just had a lot of fun with these guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go try and beat pressure, I guess.